John 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled.
Let not your heart be troubled.
Ye believe in God.
Ye believe in God.
Believe also in me.
Stop right there for a minute. The word of God says, let not your heart be troubled. Too many people in the day is letting their heart be troubled. But the Bible says that many men should fall into fear. Their heart should fail them because of the things that are coming upon the earth. Now, if you are in that category where everything is affecting you because of what's coming on earth, my God, and your heart is failing you, you need to hear the word of God this morning. Let not your heart be troubled.
Amen.
Amen.
He said, you believe in God, believe in me.
Yes.
Why? What did the word of God say? The word of God says, trust in the Lord your God, and everything shall be established. Believe his prophet, and you shall prosper. So now we looking at, glory be to God, we're looking at this here. Do you got that upside down, baby? That should be that way. Glory be to God. We sitting up here and we talking and we saying, let not your heart be troubled.
Yes.
Ye believe in God, believe also in me. Then he said something that is very interesting, that you don't need to let your heart be troubled. What did he say in the next verse?
In my Father's house.
Hold up, where?
In my Father's house.
It's in the Father's house. We need to learn how to make it to the Father's house. Come on.
Or many mansions.
What?
Many mansions.
What?
Many mansions.
What else did he say?
If it were not so,
If it were not so,
I would have told you.
I wouldn't have told you.
I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again.
Stop right there. Look at that. He tells them, glory be to God. In my Father's house are many mansions. That's in the Father's house. But first I need to understand what is the Father's house. In my Father's house are many mansions. Where is the Father's house? What is the Father's house? Well, we thought that this cathedral was the Father's house. We thought that this church was the Father's house. We thought that building over there was the Father's house. But I'm sorry, none of that is the Father's house. You are the Father's house.
Amen.
This is why the Bible says, he says, my God does not dwell in buildings made by man's hands.
Yes, sir.
Glory be to God.
Amen.
Huh?
Amen.
But he dwells inside of you. You did not realize that you was the Father's house.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
amen, Lord.
And the problem that we are having, we are not seeing manifestations because you thought the building was the Father's house, but you are the Father's house.
Amen.
Oh, glory be to God.
Yes,
He says inside of the Father's house, what is there?
Many mansions.
There are many mansions. In other words, there's many dimensions inside of the Father's house. There's many avenues inside the Father's house. There's levels you have not reached yet in the Father's house. You got so much invested inside of you, but you thought that the Father's house was that building that you go to every Sunday morning. And therefore you are not getting anything out of that because you never know where the Father's house was.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Because the Father's house is you. You are the place that got the mansions. You are the place that got the treasures. What did the Bible say? He hid these treasures well in earthen vessels.
Yes, sir.
But the problem, you've been stuck in the room so long, sir and ma'am, till you never know what was in the house. This is why most of you are running around trying to find a prophet to prophesy something to you. Well, what do you feel God has said to me? What do you think my calling is? What do you see me doing? You ain't got to go to nobody to ask them that. You need to know that it was in the Father's house. He already told you there's many mansions. And it's up to you to get up within the Father's house and explore the mansion. Huh? In the Father's house.
Yes.
But see, the problem is, I showed you just the room of who I am. Glory be to God. And because you only seen a room of who I am, you thought that's all I was.
Right.
Oh, y'all don't get me. And this is how people do. You see an individual, and you might see them, they might start out singing, and they got a lovely voice. All of a sudden, you don't name and label them as a praise and worship leader. And that's all you want to confine them as a praise and worship leader. Well, let me tell you something, baby doll. They are more and bigger than just a praise and worship leader. The problem, because you don't know what's inside of my house, that's what you try to restrict me of being a praise and worship leader. But inside the Father's house, there are many mansions. There's many sides of me that you have not seen.
Amen.
But you've been stuck in one room. You have seen one room of me. And because you just saw that one room, that's where you sat me. Amen. So you got people that got so much potential in them that folks don't know how to bring that potential out of them. Because you need to understand there's a difference when I walk in my leadership anointing and my coach anointing. As a leader, what I begin to do, come here, Joseph, get up, come here, sir. Come real quick, he like that. He like that. See, in a leadership anointing, this is what I do. I lead by example. That means I go before the one that is following me. But he only supposed to follow me as I follow Christ. Because you must understand that just because I'm a leader, if there's nothing in front of me, then you better get from behind me. Because I must have something in front of me that I am following in order for you to follow. In other words, God must be in front of me. The anointing must be in front of me. That's why Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. The anointing should be in front of me. And,
Amen.
as I step in the anointing, Lord have mercy, he should be following me.
Yes.
Huh?
Amen.
He should be following me. Glory be to God. He followed me as I follow Christ. So in my leadership anointing, I goes ahead of him.
Yes.
But when I began to come into my coaching anointing, I began to help him explore what's in his house. Lord have mercy.
My God. Thank
And
you,
the
Jesus.
problem, most preachers don't know how to go in, focus, don't know how to go in and explore the house. And so therefore, I want to keep you as an usher. Wow. But there's a king inside of you.
Amen.
But because I don't know how to tap into your house, so therefore I will never let you explore what's in the mansion. And you got leaders out there that don't know how to explore what's in the Father's house. Because they want to just get you to go to church. They want you just to come and show up at their building. They want you to build their crowd, but they never explored the Father's house.
Amen. That's right. My God. My Jesus.
That's why you only have one-man wonders in most churches. You have one-man wonders. You know, only my apostle can do this. Only my prophet can do this. Only my pastor can do this. Because you have one-man wonders.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
Amen.
What's wrong? Glory to God. What's wrong? You only have one man wonders. One man wonders.
One man. One man.
Huh? Because I don't know how to explore the house.
Right.
I didn't realize that this was the Father's house. And because I never knew how to explore this mansion, he'll never know what's inside of him.
Yeah.
And if you're dealing with a leader that don't know what the Father's house is, you're going to spin yourself in circles. You're going to be confused. You're going to be mixed up. Because you got somebody that don't know what's in the Father's house, and they will never let you be
Amen. Yes.
who God created you to be.
Amen.
Amen.
Keep you in that one position.
You stay in that one place.
Thank you, God.
God is using you all kinds of ways. He's giving you all kinds of dreams and visions.
Amen.
He's giving you all kinds of revelation. But you don't know because you don't know what the Father's house is.
Yes. Amen.
Huh?
Amen.
You don't know because you don't know what's in the Father's house.
Amen.
You have not learned how to tap into what the Father's house is. I told you, woman of God, that the Father's house was this church.
Jesus. All right.
And that's what most people think the Father's house is. They think it's this building. No, this is a refuge. This is a place that we come together as believers to fellowship. But this is not the Father's house. God said, I will not dwell in temples made by man's hands. So God don't dwell in here. The only time his presence steps in here is when he steps inside of his house, which is us. And when we hit the house, y'all don't hear me.
Yes, up. Glory. Amen. Glory.
What's in the Father's house this morning?
My God, my God.
What did it say, Squeak Squeak?
Many. That there are many men.
There's many mansions. So therefore, you ain't got to let your heart be troubled.
Right.
In other words, what he was trying to get them to understand, the moment you begin to know what's inside of you, you ain't got to let your heart be troubled. If you know who I am, good God Almighty, and you know who your Father is, and you know where your Father dwells, you ain't got to keep letting your heart be troubled.
Amen. Amen.
Believe in God. He said, believe also in me.
In me.
Because in my Father's house
Yes.
are many mansions.
Yes, Lord.
There's many levels in you.
Yes.
But as a leader, I will only go before you. But as a coach, I will begin to learn how to go inside the house and help you discover what's in the house.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. And you got leaders, thank you, sir. You got leaders out here that have never been in your house. They don't know what's in your house. And you're trying to act somebody to show you what's inside of you that ain't never been inside of you. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. What do you mean being inside of them? In other words, they have not even discovered who they are yet. They have not even understood that they the Father's house. They still trying. That's why we got folks in rat races trying to build numbers, trying to build big buildings, trying to, y'all don't hear what I'm saying, trying to get a bunch of crowds because they don't know what the Father's house is.
Yes, sir.
In my Father's house are many mansions. There's many levels in you. There's many giftings in you. There's many great potentials in you. You got opportunities is about to hit your life that you have not experienced yet. There's more to you than a praise and worship leader. There's more to you than just what you call an usher. There's more than you just singing in the choir. There's more to you than what people have labored you. And the problem, they do not understand because they have not understood what's in the Father's house, because you're dealing with church-minded folks instead of kingdom-minded people. When you deal with the kingdom, he understands what's in the Father's house, because when you're dealing with the kingdom, you're dealing with kings, and when you deal with kings, you deal with territories. When you deal with territories, you walk in dominion, and when you walk in dominion, you know how to go in and explore the house.
Amen. My God, my God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Huh?
Yes.
But you got the church-minded folks, all they want to do. Run it in!
Yes.
You ain't seen nothing came out your house yet. Because when you let kingdom-minded folks go in and explore your house, and they begin to walk, see Sissy. Sissy don't belong there.
Come on now.
Sissy go.
Yes.
Lesbian go.
Yes.
Woman go.
Jesus.
Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. See, that's why you don't want up there looking in your house, and when they see sisters, they see themselves, and they shout together.
Oh, man.
But no conviction. And you done shout it all around the church. You done sweated out your outfit. And you say God done did a great move, but there's no change in your life. Because when it comes to change, when you really step into the Father's house, there's a transformation that takes place in your mind. And when your mind begins to be renewed, your character begins to be renewed. This is what the word metamorphosis means. It means not only to have a change in appearance, but a change in character. So how can you shout when you got sisters inside of you? How can you shout when you are lying? How can you shout when you don't know how to love your brother? Stop looking over the door. Stop. Just pay attention. Why?
My God, my God.
Yes, God.
Wow. Thank you,
It's
Lord.
not that
Jesus.
serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Huh?
Thank you, Lord.
Why?
Yes.
I don't know how to treat you. What good does it do me to speak in tongues all day long? Running around here act like I'm prophesying to everybody and see you in need, and I walk right past you, just like the priest did. And y'all don't hear me.
Yes, yes, yes.
The priest walked right past the man.
That's right.
He saw the man.
Yes.
The man was beat up.
Yes.
Y'all don't get me.
That's
Right.
right.
He got beat up. He got robbed.
Yes,
Got
yes.
taken from everything that he had.
Yes.
He was there left for dead.
Come on now.
Because they didn't realize what was in the house.
Amen.
They left him there.
Jesus.
The Bible says that the Levite came and he saw the house, but because he didn't understand the Father's house, he left the Father's house laying down there with a need. And he passed by, but yet he wanted to go right back into his Levitical priesthood office because he was the one that got the tithes. And that's what most of y'all leaders do. You want to go there because you want to get tithes. Because tithes was for Levites. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. So I want my Levite. I want my Levite rights. I want the tithe, but I ain't going to see what's in the house. He left the house. And see, this is the thing. First of all, the priest came by.
That's right.
The one that's supposed to take you before God.
Come on now. He left.
And that's the problem. You got folks that can't take you before God.
That's right.
Jesus.
So they pass you by because they don't know the Father's house. They don't know what's in you. They don't pass every good gift that's inside of you because they didn't know the Father's house.
Yes, Lord.
Then the Bible said the Levite, he came over there, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And the Bible said he looked right upon him.
Yeah.
In other words, he came all the way from one side of the road to the other side of the road to look down on him. This is you folks that always claim you so prophetic and always claim that you got an eye and God showed me this and God showed me that. But let me tell you what real prophetic is. Real prophetic is not seeing the condition. Real prophetic is bringing a remedy to the condition. Don't see my need if you can't meet my need. God don't show you needs to go on ego trips. God don't show you needs to make yourself seem like you great. But when God shows need, it's for you to meet the need. But you, Levite, you priest, was not in a position because you didn't know what was in the Father's house. So you passed it by.
Jesus. My God, my God.
Thank you.
Glory.
I'm about to get happy. I'm about to get happy.
Oh, yes, God.
But bro,
My mind.
the Bible said there was a good Samaritan.
Yes, sir.
Y'all good Samaritans, you are the ones that God is going to use in this hour.
Yeah.
You are the ones that nobody want to deal with.
Yes.
You are the ones that say, don't go over there. Don't deal with that mess. Don't fellowship with him.
Come on now.
Don't deal with those type of people. They ain't got what we got. Oh, let me tell you something. They got way more than you got. They got a love for God.
Amen.
They got a love for his house. They got a love for his people.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Jesus.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
So here's the good Samaritan. He walking on by. Lord have mercy. And he looks. And he stops. And he sees the Father's house.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
And he could have been like you old religious hypocrites.
That's right.
You chief apostles, prelate bishops, all these fancy names and titles that you want to go by, but ain't got no love and compassion in your heart. Your building will become a worship worshiping sinner instead of the Father's house and building up this man and building up what God created in his image and after his likeness. That's the Father's house that got the mansions in it. But here's the Samaritan, somebody that you don't want to be dealing with.
Come on, right. Amen.
He comes and he look. Oh my God. He see him.
Yes.
Now, Evangelist Cox, now these people was told don't even deal with me.
That's right. That's right. Come on now.
I'm a Samaritan. They won't supposed to have no dealings with me.
No dealings.
They treated me wrong. They called us half-breeds.
Yes, yes.
But we had enough sense to understand the Father's house.
That's right.
Now, I don't watch two of your own pass right by the Father's house.
Yes, sir.
And it did nothing to help the Father's house.
Amen.
Because they represent those that are so caught up in their gifts.
Yes,
So they think that they're one-man wonders, that they don't need nobody else.
Yes,
so
sir.
therefore, they ain't going to help nobody else. So y'all don't hear what I'm
Come on now.
saying. So they pass the need right on by.
My Lord, my God.
Amen.
Yes.
But I got the help.
Yes.
Amen.
And the Bible says he bent down. Lord have mercy.
Yes, he did.
My God, my God.
And he saw him. And he helped him up.
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
sir.
He picked him up.
Jesus.
You're a good Samaritan. You that's been having problems. Where your heart been failing.
Yes, sir.
Where you've been discouraged and depressed. I come as a good Samaritan today. And I come to help pick you back
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir.
I want you to know that God is in the business of picking people
Hallelujah.
up. And what he did after he picked him up,
Yes, sir.
the Bible said that he put him on his own beast.
Yes, sir.
See, the moment when you get picked up,
Yes, sir.
you're going to get carried up.
Yes.
That means you're getting carried up. That means that ain't nothing I teach you.
on,
That means this thing is not taught, but it got to be caught.
Yes.
That means you got to get caught up.
Yes.
Because when I get ready to carry you up, I'm carrying you back to a place
Yes.
that you will be familiar with.
Yes.
I'm carrying you back to that place
Yes.
where in the Father's house there's many
Yes.
dimensions. I'm carrying you to dimensions now
Yes.
that I will let you see, says God.
Yes.
That will be a reflection
Yes.
on who you really are.
Yes.
And when you go to those dimensions, you will realize this is me. And when you realize this is me, it will cause you to come back to your rightful place.
Yes.
It'll cause you to come back in your right standards. It will cause you to come back to the place of dominion.
Yes, sir.
He carried him up.
Yes. Carried him up.
Thank you,
My
Jesus.
Lord.
Amen.
Yes, he did.
Jesus.
He carried us up. Look what he did after. Mind me of Jesus. When Jesus saw us in sin,
Come on now.
he saw the Father's house in sin.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it became a ransom. He died. And when he came and picked us up.
Yes, Lord.
Then he carried us up. I knew he carried us up because the Bible said that he caused us to sit down with him in heavenly places.
My God.
He's carried me back to the places.
Jesus.
But he didn't just pick me up.
Yes, sir.
He didn't just carry me up. Guess what else he did, Rosie? He paid up. He paid.
Hallelujah.
You folks, all you want to do is prophesy.
Yes.
All you want to do is try to lay hands and do impartation to people. You got folks that got other situations.
Yes.
You got folks that got money issues. They got money problems. Won't you pay up?
Yes, Lord.
You want to really confirm your apostleship?
Yes, sir.
Pay up.
Amen.
My God, my
Thank
God.
you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Yes.
Thank you, God.
Jesus paid up.
Thank you, God. Jesus.
He paid up for it. And he told the man, he said, look, I'm getting ready to go away. But I done paid up.
Come on now.
Now, I ain't gonna just pay up for you.
That's right.
But the Bible says he took him to his own end.
To his own. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In other words, God is saying, I'm bringing you back to your house.
Yes, yes, yes. Jesus.
I'm going to allow you to rest in the inn.
Come on now.
Which is the house.
Yes.
Which is the mansion.
Yes.
He said, I already paid up. He said, but guess what?
Yes.
If there's something lacking, I get you on the way.
Way back. Woo! Glory. Hallelujah.
That's what real leadership does.
Amen.
Yes, sir. My God, my
In
God.
the Father's house. There's many mansions.
Yes, Lord.
There's many mansions.
Many mansions.
Never let no one define you again.
Amen.
It's just a praise and worship leader.
Yes, sir.
As an usher. As this and as that. Don't let folks define you where they met you. You got to let them know that there's more inside of me. If you don't know what's inside of me, come here, baby. Let me take you on a tour of this house.
Amen.
When you get ready to go to new neighborhoods,
Yes.
they meet you. Say, come on, let us give you a house walkthrough.
Right. That's right.
You need somebody to walk you through the house.
Yes, sir. Come on
So
now.
they'll know what's in you.
Yeah,
And when they get there,
yeah.
they say, well, this is the family room.
Right.
Uh-huh. Jesus.
Letting you know it's more than one room.
Amen.
Yes.
That's right.
My God,
This is
my God.
the master room.
Yes, yes.
It got a big walk-in closet and nice,
Come on now.
beautiful bathroom. This is where the king and queen, this is where they sleep at.
Yes, yes.
You know, in other words, this is their room.
Yeah.
But that's not the only room.
right.
Come on, let's go over here.
Right.
Here is what we call the guest room.
Yes,
Because somebody ought to be able to visit your house from time to time.
Yes, yes. My God, my God.
Amen.
Woo, I hope they get this morning.
Yes, Lord
This
Jesus.
is the guest room, and so the guest room is already laid for the visitors to come. It's a place of safety, a place where they can rest, a place where their heart ain't got to be troubled, a place where they ain't got to be beat down. They don't get beat down enough. It's a place where they can come and we can be a sounding board for each other. That's a place they can let their hair down. That's a place down here.
Amen.
Come on now.
That's right. Amen.
Hallelujah.
I'm saying it now.
Yes, sir.
Some folks, like I said the other week, I told people, all you need to do is tell me a joke. Ain't nobody say yes.
That's right.
But let me tell you something. You don't need no more pills. You just need somebody that you can talk to.
Yes.
Can I talk to you, Miss Taylor? Can I talk to you? What you looking over there for? I'm talking to you. Why you looking over there? Can I talk to you? Keep it 100.
Yes, God.
Can I talk to you and you don't take me out of content? You don't take me out of character?
Yes,
Can I
yes.
talk to you? And then if I feel I can't talk to her, then I'm going to you.
That's right.
And if I can't talk to you, then
Amen.
I'm going to you.
Yes, yes.
And what happened, we'd go all over the house, but there was not a room that I can stay in
Come on
to
now.
feel any welcome that can help me with my issue. So
Jesus.
therefore, next thing you know, I done walk out of the house, and then you want to get your hypocrite self up there and say, he done went back to the world.
Jesus. My God, my
I
God.
went back to the world because the house confined me. What
Jesus.
was in me?
My Lord, my
The
God.
house
Yes, sir.
couldn't help me.
Can help.
The house didn't know how to welcome me. Huh?
Amen.
And that's what's happening.
Yes, yes. Glory to God.
Folks just need somebody they can talk to.
Yes, God. Thank you.
You leaders that think you so deep, you went out to pray for folk 30 and 40 minutes speaking in tongues over them, and they don't know what you're saying, and you don't know what you're saying. But you think that you're doing warfare prayer because you don't really understand what warfare prayer is. And therefore you always think that you got to be in war. First of all, if you constantly in war, you don't know your Bible. If you always in warfare and you always having deliverance services, then that means that nobody being delivered in the midst of you.
Come on now.
Do you not understand that no flesh can handle being in war 24 hours a day, 365 days a year? This is why when God will step in, he will always raise up a Gideon. He will always raise up a Atheniah. He will always raise up a Samson. Somebody that will come and destroy the enemy. And the Bible says, and Israel will be at peace for the next 40 years. A whole generation that went by where there's no killings, there's no drive-bys, there's no dope fiends. But you ain't never experienced that because you don't know what warfare is.
Yes, Lord.
Because you thought your warfare was speaking in tongues over people for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Ain't nothing happening in their life, but you have not learned how to just sit down and talk. They don't need you to speak in tongues over them. They need you to talk.
Yes, yes, yes. My God, my God.
If you learn how to talk to me, Alfred, I'll learn how to open up.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why the Bible says confess your faults
To one another.
to one to another. Now that word confess your faults don't mean tell your business. Confess your faults means show me where my weakness at. I'm confessing to you. I confide with you, Venoris. I can trust you. I can tell you. I can come naked and be not ashamed. That's the problem. We ain't got folks that we can come naked to and be not ashamed.
Amen. Amen.
You ain't ready to handle my true nakedness.
That's right.
You like Lot's boy. You gonna see me and you getting a thrill out of thinking you exposing me. But you don't realize when you tried to expose me, that was a curse that came on you. But the older brothers, when they saw my nakedness, they refused to look at it. And they covered me. That's what real leadership does. It'll cover you. It won't leave you out there booking naked, but it'll
Cover you.
That's right.
Amen.
cover you.
That's true.
You looking for me to be naked, so you can try to expose me. But you didn't realize that God got somebody to cover.
Come on, yes.
Because he know what's in the Father's house.
Oh, yes, yes. Jesus.
Like I said, stop speaking in tongues over folks. All these 20, 30, 40 minutes thinking you got deliverance and warfare prayer. Shut up. You don't know what warfare prayer is. Warfare prayer ain't speaking in tongues. It's a strategic plan. It's a way you articulate your words that know how to reach the throne room of God. It ain't got nothing about speaking in tongues.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
Mess with y'all religious folks, I'll mess your head up. Some of y'all done got a headache this morning.
Yes, God.
Glory be to God. All tongues means come from the word glossia, which means language. So all that speaking in tongues you're doing, you ain't doing them but speaking in language. But you need to learn how to speak in a language that God can relate to. When it comes down to dealing with the issue of your brothers and sisters or helping them discover what's in the Father's house.
Yes, Lord. That's right.
Thank you, God.
Yes, God. Thank you.
I need somebody in the house I can talk to after.
Yes, God.
I'm serious.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't need y'all deep folks talking to me, speaking in tongues over me all day long.
Yes.
I need somebody I can talk to.
That's right.
Thank you, God.
I need somebody I can talk to.
Yes, Lord.
Sir, you just need somebody to talk to.
That's all.
Ma'am, you just need somebody to talk to. The moment you can talk to somebody that you could come naked and not be ashamed, that you ain't worried about them using your conversation as bullets against you to shoot you down.
That's
Come on,
right.
God.
That's right.
Huh? But somebody that understands that we both are frail individuals.
Amen.
And we both have weaknesses. Huh? We both need to be covered.
Amen.
Uh-oh.
Amen. That's true.
So that we can explore what's in the Father's house. This is how we help each other be healthy. This is how we help one another be delivered.
Amen.
That's why he said, confess your faults one to another.
That's right.
Be ye converted so that you can be healed. The reason your heart is still troubled, because you ain't had no one you can talk to.
That's right.
Lord have mercy. Y'all
Amen.
live for your feet.
Amen.
You ain't had nobody you can talk to.
Yes, Lord Jesus. Thank you, God.
Huh? You didn't have nobody that you can talk to.
My Lord.
That's why I've been having everybody speaking in tongues over me. Come on, everybody. Come on.
Yes, God.
All I needed was you to talk to me.
That's all.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Why you think God said if there's an alt with your brother, leave your gift at the altar. Go reconcile to your brother. God said, I don't want to talk to you. Go talk to your brother.
Amen.
Go talk to each other. God said, I don't need you talking to me. Talk to each other. The word of the Lord today is stop trying to talk to God when you got a problem with your brothers and sisters. And go talk to each other.
Amen.
Glory be to God.
Yes,